Won't be long. We're talking about the 90s again in the area as we have another heat wave strolling closer towards us. Not quite there yet, but already starting to see a bit of a climb locally. All of that heat across the Great Plains, and that comes in the coming days, and we'll be stuck at the 90s for several days in a row once they do arrive. We are looking at nearly 10-degree jump each day. We're going from the middle 70s today, middle 80s on Friday, then middle 90s by the time we get to the end of the weekend and into Labor Day. So look for that heat to quickly ramp up as we go throughout the next couple days. Thankfully, the weather does stay dry, so if you do have some holiday travel, you don't have to worry about any kind of rain shower activity. It's just the temperatures you have to plan around, whether you're traveling or staying closer to home. Right now, still feeling a bit fall-like, middle to upper 70s, right at about 80 degrees in a couple spots, and we'll continue to have that touch of fall in the air the rest of this evening, upper 70s to mid 70s under a sunny sky over the next several hours or so. Later tonight, not quite as brisk as last night, but we have one more night in the 50s. You can see that we'll be down to the low 50s under a clear sky with a light breeze out of the southeast. Then comes the warmth. Tomorrow back up into the low 80s under a bright sunny sky, slightly above average for the first day of September, and we'll have plenty of above average weather from there. Thankfully, like I mentioned earlier, we've got dry conditions, not just here, but really across a lot of the Midwest. So your travel outlook for tomorrow might be a busy travel day. As you can see, green lights across the board, whether you're heading out in the morning or waiting till about 24 hours from now. And then into the weekend itself, you're sticking around closer to home. Thankfully, the humidity doesn't spike all that much. So Saturday and Sunday, about 90 for the heat index. Labor Day, though, we start to feel some of that humidity build in. So next Monday and Tuesday, closer to the upper 90s, but that's a far cry from that big heat wave that we had just as of last week. Temperature-wise, though, plenty of heat. Low 80s tomorrow, but low 90s to mid 90s by the end of the holiday weekend. And we're going to hold on to that hotter weather through at least Tuesday. As you can see, the 90s lingering around as we're heading back to work, heading back to school. Chance for showers and storms late Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning. That's as we start to cool off. We might be a little closer to average by the time we get to the end of next week. So for those that have been loving the cool weather lately, it's going to come back. But those that still want some summer heat, we've got plenty of it, at least for the next several days.